So recently I started career mode with Manchester City in FIFA 23, and of course my first target was to win the UCL with them, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate how I did that. So this was how the group stage results looked like after the group stage matches. Why I didn't win the group, I know it's very un-Manchester City like, but you already know that how hard career mode can be at times. And this was how the knockout rounds looked like. I got paired up with Barcelona. I thought it was not going to be an easy fixture for me, but it was actually quite opposite. So let's just move on to the first leg. So first leg happened at my home, the Etihad Stadium, and it was on a rainy night with a quite disastrous start for me. Barcelona took on a very attacking approach since the first minute of the game, and that's why in the very 6th minute of the game, they scored to make it 1-0 against me.
And a goal! Not wasting much time today!
In the 11th minute, I was able to equalize by a very audacious goal by Gundogan, assisted by the golden boy Erling Haaland. Classic example of when assist is as good as the goal. Just few minutes later, Golden Boy scored his first goal in order to make it 2-0 just in the 25th minute.
And in! Oh yes! Exactly what they were hoping to produce. They've delivered the goal.
It was a great goal indeed, but also a huge blunder by Ter Stegen to call himself out. And the first half ended at 3-1 with me leading and looking quite strong. I started the second half on a very high note when Gundogan scored to make it 4-0 just 2 minutes into the second half.
And he finds the net. He could hardly miss.
Although Barca pulled one goal back again to make it 4-2 in the 64th minute, but actually the game was far from over.
And he finds the net. He could hardly miss.
Barca were already on a red card and Haaland was not gonna stop, and he didn't. He scored again to make it 5-2 and complete his first hat-trick of the knockouts.
And he's only gone and made it a hat-trick. Absolutely unplayable today. What a performance.
You might be thinking that the match is over, but actually the best goal was yet to come, and here it is. An absolute thunderbolt by Kevin De Bruyne in order to make it 6-2 and turn the match completely into the City's favour.
You can't strike them much better than that.
To be honest, I never expected the shot to actually went in. I don't know how it went in. I just took the shot and bang.
So he'd be really upset that he didn't keep it out.
To be honest, I can say I had a pinch of luck in this case. So until next time, Ter Stegen. First leg ended with City winning 6-2 and of course Erling Haaland taking the ball home, and I'll see you in the second leg. So second leg started at Barcelona's home and they were hoping to make a comeback, but were they able to do it? Absolutely not. Just 6 minutes into the game and I scored the very first goal of the game, and I didn't leave them here because in the 30th minute my Mahrez did this in order to make it 2-0. Unstoppable at the far post, and just before the half time this happened and I was in complete control of the game.
And he's made it a brace for himself. The defender's just unable to...
Although I ended the tie in the very first half of the game, but actually Barca were able to pull back 2 consolation goals. One of them was scored by Lewandowski, while the other one was scored by Lucas Hernandez.
Oh, tremendous goal! Technical excellence to finish that one off. Wonderful to have that in your repertoire.
That's how the match ended. I completely crushed Barcelona 10-5 and we moved on to the quarters in some style. So this was how the summary of results looked like after a round of 16 fixtures, and next I got paired up with Bayern Munich, so I'll see you there. Then came Bayern Munich at the Etihad Stadium for the first quarterfinal, and it was indeed an electrifying tie, so let's get started. Bayern started on a very high line which almost led me to conceding the goal in the very 5th minute of the game, but I took on a super duper counter attack from Erling Haaland and Riyad Mahrez in order to make 1-0 in the very 13th minute of the game, and it was indeed a super duper goal. But actually Bayern's high line was inevitable and they scored just 2 minutes after I scored in order to make it 1-1. Superb finish from En-Nesyri onto the far post. But actually the main storm was yet to come on Bayern Munich, as I just quickly scored 3 goals against them in order to take a 3-goal lead before the half time to make it 4-1. See, just an unstoppable goal by Bernardo Silva onto the far post. Although this was a tough game for me defensively, but the main problem with Bayern was that they were not actually finishing their chances in order to get a goal, and things got worse for them when actually they conceded a penalty in the 51st minute of the game, and Haaland did actually no mistake in converting it, and it was indeed 6-1. I did a horrible challenge in the 72nd minute on Thomas Muller, and definitely I had to pay the price immediately. A straight red onto the Spanish defender, and yes, definitely a very big clown moment. This thing led me to conceding 2 quick goals just before the 90-minute whistle, and indeed providing some consolation to Bayern. So I ended the first leg 7-3 at a very dominating position, but was Bayern able to make a comeback? We'll see in this leg.
Well, we should be in for a night of drama here at the home of Manchester City.
Bayern attacked me inside out and I conceded in the very 11th minute of the game. I conceded yet again just before the halftime to make it 2-0. 5 minutes into the second half, I conceded yet again to make it 6-7 on aggregate, and the comeback was almost completed. And then this happened, Bayern conceded a penalty and the whole momentum was shifted towards me. Haaland of course was never gonna miss it, and this took me complete control over the game.
And there it is, perfectly executed.
Bayern was able to pull a consolation goal back at the last kick of the game, but of course it was not sufficient to win the game, and I took the victory. That's how the match ended. I went on to the semis, a very close call for Bayern, but of course not sufficient, so we'll see you in the next fixture. So that's how the quarterfinal fixtures ended. The results were as follows, and on to the next opponent for me in the semi-finals was the Big Reds Liverpool, and we'll see how I took care of them.
And tonight we've got the semi-final of the Champions League coming up for you. It is Liverpool facing Manchester City.
Against Liverpool, I started well. 9th minute of the game, I got 1-0 from a beautiful half volley by Kyle Walker.
And a goal!
Well, how could Erling Haaland be late to the party? He took on a brilliant counter-attack to make it 2-0 just in the 13th minute. Just unstoppable is this guy. Liverpool were no less. They pulled one goal back because of a very stupid mistake by my goalkeeper. Who was gonna stop this guy? A superb counter-attack again by Erling Haaland to make it 3-1.
He's made it a brace for himself. No stopping him apparently.
But a lot was left in this match. Such a clown offside trap by me in order to concede one. And again a blunder by Ederson to equalize everything.
Oh, there it is! Unbelievable stuff from 2 down. They're right back in this.
Such an electrifying first half in the semi-final, with 8 goals being scored, with 4 goals shared by each team at the end of the half. Some minutes into the second half and there was a huge blunder made by the Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson, and Bernardo Silva actually did no mistake in scoring a thunderbolt.
The error seized upon and the goalkeeper left with egg on his face.
But I was not able to handle Liverpool's gegenpressing, and they scored a beautiful goal to make it 5-5. And then absolute clownery happened. Seriously, Grealish, seriously. I never actually expected to concede like this in the semi-final.
And a goal to delight the fans. Just what they were hoping for.
First leg ended in a defeat for me with 6-5. Some clownery by defending side, and Klopp looks very happy. See you in second leg, man. So finally the night of second leg came. Manchester City being 6-5 down, they were seeking revenge against Liverpool in order to reach the UCL final. Were they able to do it? Let's see. Liverpool started very well in the defense as well as in the attack. They started really well, and until the 10th minute there was no chance for me to take the ball. But how long they could have kept Erling Haaland quiet? He scored in the 13th minute to make it all square.
The opening statement in this semi-final. How important could that prove to be?
A classic Grealish moment happened again in the second leg, and he missed a very big sitter. The pain did not stop here, and Jota scored a very beautiful goal to take Liverpool in the lead once again. But soon after, Grealish redeemed himself when he scored a goal to make it 7-7 and bring Manchester City back into the game. After the equalizer, Liverpool went berserk and they went all out attack to attack me inside out, but thanks to the courtesy of my backline as well as my goalkeeper that I didn't concede any goal luckily. But then my Julian Alvarez took the responsibility of Erling Haaland, and he led a great counter attack to score a very beautiful goal and give rise to this beautiful celebration as well. And then came the last nail in the coffin, a beautifully led counter-attack by Phil Foden and a beautiful finish by Kevin De Bruyne onto the far post to take City into the finals.
In it goes! And it should be the goal that gets them through.
That was it for the tie. City eliminated Liverpool in the semi-finals to move on to the finals, and the final was with Atletico Madrid, and was I able to beat them? We'll see in few minutes. So finally the night of UCL final with Atletico Madrid came, with City seeking their maiden UCL title to win. To be honest, I was highly doubtful that how actually Atletico Madrid managed to reach the UCL final. But really my doubts were all cleared in the very 5 minutes of the game where Atletico were attacking me inside out. Hence I conceded in the very 6th minute of the game.
Griezmann, and it has arrived. The opening statement in this UEFA Champions League.
And 3 minutes later I conceded again to go behind 2-0.
And a goal! I'll tell you what, they're going to be very hard to catch now. Name on the trophy.
It would have taken a miracle to break Atletico Madrid's deadlock, and that's what KDB did in order to bring Manchester City back into the game. Griezmann missed a sitter, and it indeed came to haunt him at the end of the game. A marvelous counter-attack in the 19th minute, and Erling Haaland scored to make it 2-2. Oh man, this guy was unstoppable in the whole tournament.
The equaliser in this final. What next in the drama?
Just 10 minutes before the first half, Erling Haaland scored again to grab his second goal and bring City into commanding position. The first half ended with City leading 3-2 with an almost evenly matched contest. 5 minutes into the second half, and Mahrez scored a superb goal to take an almost inevitable lead in the final. Atletico went on to their subs, and it actually was fruitful because few minutes later they were able to pull one goal back to make it 4-3.
Must score! What a lovely strike! Lethal piece of finishing!
In the 76th minute, De Bruyne nailed the last coffin by actually scoring the 5th goal with a superb volley.
Technical excellence to finish that one off. Wonderful to have that in your repertoire.
Defensively, it was a very sound game for me because Atletico was on their toes just after conceding the 5th goal. The injury time, Atletico pulled one goal back, but it became nothing but a very small consolation before City winning the title. That was the full-time whistle, and that's how City pulled one of the greatest UCL knockout run ever. Both teams showed a great display, but City just being better in order to lift the UCL title, and the celebrations must go on.
I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
So that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you so much guys for watching till now. Please like, share and subscribe my channel and stay tuned for this kind of content.